Alright, back with another one. I'm going to go ahead and jump in, do some solo play, way we don't have to worry about other players. Alright. Flying a Cobra Mark III. Awesome ship. Love it, man. Good for combat. Decent for trading. I got it set up for trading runs right now, so I have no weapons, no shields, nothing like that. All cargo space, and I'm making a big old loop to go to different places. I actually have a screenshot that shows me a nice rare trading route that generates a pretty good amount of money. I mean, it's pretty circular, I guess. So matter of fact, let me go ahead and see if I can't pull that up here. Just go to desktop. There it is. Okay. So currently, looks like I'm at Ridley Scott and Zayon, so I need to hit Lave, which is pretty close. Okay, so being in game, start out with head look, so I'm going to click my middle mouse button, so that enables me to look around. As you can see, when you look at certain places, panels come up. You can navigate those using Q and E, so E takes you right, Q left, up and down. Like that's, I'm going through the tabs up there with Q and E, but down there where you see galaxy map highlighted, that is with W and S that I'm actually going there, and A and D, that is navigating me over this way. So then once you're over here, W, S, A, and D kind of navigate you through that. So I need to hit Lave, so I'm pretty close, so it should show up here actually. If not, we'll hit the galaxy map. There it is. Alright, so I'm going to hit spacebar to select it, lock the destination. Okay, I don't think that I have anything that I need to take here. Let's see, I got leathery eggs and some coffee. Let's go ahead and see if there's any more leathery eggs. Commodities. Nope. I haven't resupplied yet, so kill that, get out a mouse or head look. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and hit launch. Spacebar. There's all kinds of different things, like down here my engine setting is set high, so I got all my power to engine so I can drift the speed a little bit faster or whatever. So again, thrust up is going to be space, so I'm going to disengage my landing gear. Thrust up a little bit. Alright, L is going to get my landing gear up.
Landing gear retracted.
Alright, and just like stoplights you see up there, you got green and red. You want to stay on the green side. So let's go ahead and come up this way. I generally keep it under 100 here when I'm coming out of here. If you go faster, they just warn you, nothing ever happens. So at least not to me so far. Alright, so we're coming on out of here, and I'm just going to go ahead and fly straight here. Increase speed. Thrust out. Tab. Alright, so as you can see down here where you've got mass locked, landing gear, cargo scoop, mass locked, when you are mass locked, you're close to a planet or some other body that is preventing you from jumping out.
We look forward to your return, Commander.
That would have a little light next to it if I was close to the station. I've flown out of range when I hit tab and thrust it out, and then you hear him give the message saying, hey, all clear, whatever. So what we're going to do, since we have our destination set as Lave, first thing we're going to do down here, this little circle with the little cross next to the map, I guess, or the radar. A circle that is not filled in means that something is behind you. When I rotate back towards it, you'll see that it will become solid. So that is your waypoint. It has nothing to do with your radar at this time. So we're going to go ahead and go that way. See, it just lit up because it's coming in front of me. So that is my waypoint. That's where I'm going to jump to. So when I get here, I'm going to demonstrate like the head look centering your mouse. So let's just have it go all the way up, and then I'm just going to click my middle mouse and it'll stop. So now I can look around again or whatever, but if I click it again, it puts me back into flight mode and it's centered. So as long as I don't touch the mouse, we'll be good. So going over a couple other things, down here below the mini-map, you can see there's this little slider. The default settings are page up and page down. That actually increases and decreases your sensor range. So I'm going to increase that by using page up. You can see the slider going up, and in the map there, things are kind of maybe not really moving too much. But to explain that mini-map the way it works, you can see the line underneath each of the symbols there. Now that, I believe the triangle means it's a fighter, maybe, or just a ship. The color pretty much tells you if it's a yellow is neutral, red is hostile, green is allied. So I've been trading in the system, so they kind of treat me favorably. The gray boxes can be jump wakes where other ships have jumped out. They can indicate cargo in some cases, whatever. You have to kind of face them and lock onto them. So I'll go ahead and demonstrate that. So there's the station we just left from. That's actually what the green is. So if I hit T, I target whatever is in front of my little dot there. So let me go up to this gray box, and you can see how it kind of works. The line as it comes down, that means it's in front of you. So that just dissipated, so it was probably a jump wake. So I'm going to go ahead and get back on course, decrease my speed. As you can see the slider there, when your thing is in the middle, your slider's in the middle there in the blue, you can maneuver much faster. That's your best speed to be at for maneuvering. So your ship will handle a lot better if you are in that range. Now, as I speed up, and even boost, you'll notice that the speed or the handling is not as good. Like going up is not very quick. So anyways, just keep that in mind, like if you ever get into a fight. So what I'm going to do is jump to the system now. So that default key is J. So I'm going to hit J, and it will charge up my Frameshift drive, and then we'll get into a dock.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one, engage.
Alright, as we come out of a jump, we're always typically right at a sun. So you want to make sure that you're able to maneuver immediately. Make sure you're not in mouse look mode like I am right now, so let me get out of it. Alright, so I'm going to hit a fuel scoop and get some of my fuel. You don't have one of those, I bought one of them. So
Fuel scooping.
you don't have to really do much, you just kind of keep that line right there fairly close, and your fuel level there, you'll see that number off to the right, it'll start to increase. The closer you get, obviously, the more your heat goes up, and that's not good. If you actually go into that yellow line around the sun, the only thing that'll happen is it'll drop you out of Frameshift. So I didn't set my destination as to what station I wanted to go to, so I'm going to do that now. I need to go to Lave Station. There it is, so hit that, hit lock. And then again, I'm going to use my little compass down there. There it is. So here's where the 75% power comes into play. When you get to about 150 light seconds, you hit the tilt key and they'll drop you down to 75% power. That way you don't overshoot it. Now that all depends on your speed. So right now, just cut it down to 75%. And my speed down here is decreasing. So now I can come in on it, and usually you won't overshoot it. It usually slows you down pretty well. And this takes a lot of practice. This was the hardest thing to get used to as far as doing the frame shift and coming in on the planets, but looks like I'm going to come around behind it. I typically try to aim for the center of the planet and then cut over to the station. So it's a combination of mouse look. When that's pretty much circular, I try to cut up towards it. Head towards it for a few. Head towards the station a little bit, stay out of the planet's gravity well to slow me down too much. And then this line around the station, I try to make that as pretty much horizontal as possible. So keep everything in a 3D aspect, I guess. Keep that in your mind. Now, as my speed indicator and my distance on the bottom left right down here, that gets into the blue, that's when I hit J. That'll drop me out of Frameshift. And you'll get an indication here in a second. Right there, safe disengage ready. So I hit J. And this is going to drop me into the station. Okay, so the way it rotates is the mouth of the station usually is always facing the planet. So right there it is. I'm going to go ahead and come to a complete stop. So the first thing you have to do is request permission to dock. So we're going to go to our left panel here. There's another way to actually get there. If you hold shift, you'll zoom out a little bit, but the direction takes you to whatever panel. So if I hit shift and then A, it's going to go left. If I hit shift and then up, it's going to hit my message panel. If I hit shift and then right, go to my status, modules, fire groups, to get into that a little bit later. Shift and down. That, if I had a vehicle, I'd be able to check all that out. This is for, that's my vehicle. I don't have a crew. I don't have, my ship right now doesn't have fighters or anything like that. So I'm not even going to get into that at this point. So hit shift again, that sets you back. So first thing we're going to do is request docking clearance. You have to be within 7.5 kilometers of the station or whatever they are. So you can see over there to the left, I'm at 6.3. So let's go ahead and request, go to contacts, lay of station, request docking.
Approval granted. Make your way to landing pad 4-2.
Okay, so we'll accelerate up a little bit. I usually go full bore. When I deploy my landing gear, it slows me down a little bit. So I'll do that now.
Landing gear deployed.
Alright, let's slow down here because these ships typically tend to do about 100 speed scale. Don't want to hit them because you get fined for that. Heavy traffic. Okay, so I'm going to landing pad 42. Start looking for that as soon as you get through here. So there it is. Got the speed. Actually, I'm going up these bigger guys. Okay, that was a dirty landing, sorry, because there was other ships there, but just got to get centered like right here where that turns blue. And we'll use control to bring her down real slow. That's it.
Ship is down. Ground crew dispatched.
Once you land, you always want to enter the hangar because when you launch, you got to be turned around anyways. So you might as well enter the hangar now. And once you do that, just go to starport services, and that's where you can get your fuel, repair yourself. Go ahead and refuel, and a little repair there from the last takeoff. And then over here you got commodities, mission board, passenger lounge if you happen to have a ship that carries passengers, contacts. If you have bounties that you want to turn in, that, you know, say you've took out a criminal or something, you would turn it in and get your bounties here. This right here is for special bonds that are offered by the controlling government to go fight in their little skirmish wars, whatever. Black market, if the place has one. If you have illegal goods, you can sell them there. Back. this is for exploration stuff. I might have some stuff to sell, actually. Nope. All right, crew lounge, we won't worry about that. Commodities, that's where I need to be because I'm doing rare trades. So go ahead and pick up the Lavian Brandy. That color right there indicates it's a rare good. So I click on it, they got 12. I'm using 23 or 44. This might fill me up, actually. Hell, I don't know. I still got about 9 left. Okay, so that's about it. It takes a lot of practice, man. It is trial and error. When you take off, you get about 4 minutes to get the hell out of there, or they will start shooting at you. You don't want to land at the wrong landing pad. If you're trespassing, as they call it, you'll get fined, and they will start shooting at you eventually. So once you get in there, you just want to go to your place and land. When you take off, like I said, you got about 4 minutes, or they will start shooting. Don't hit anything or anybody on the way out. They'll fine you for that. So put bounties on you and things like that. Bounty hunters will come after you. So it takes practice. We'll get together, and once we get you out of a station, we'll go out into space and we'll practice maneuvering and stuff. So that's about it. Once you get these basic things down, man, the game becomes really cool. So if you have any questions, man, just ask. But yeah, let me know what you think.